What is going on, KastKing friends and family? So before we get started, here's what I need you to do. If you are new to the page, I need you to click that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then while you're at it, hit the little notification bell. So that way you get notified every time we do a video. Like I said, maybe you're new to the page, maybe you're new to fishing, and you want to learn some things. We're here to teach you some things. And not only that, it might be things you already know if you've been fishing for a while, or it might be something you don't know and have always wanted to try, and we're going to help you get through it. So one of the things we're doing today is I'm going to teach you guys how to tie a knot that, in my opinion, is freaking good. That's all there is to it. And like, I've done a lot of knots, especially when it comes to tying braid. Like, I use braid a lot, and there's some times where some of my reels I don't have braid on, but a big majority of my reels and rod combos have braid, and I just tie a leader, whether it be mono or, it might be fluorocarbon, but that's just how I fish, and that's what I like, so that's what I do. And not to mention the castability is a lot better, in my opinion, with braid. Braid just casts a lot better than a lot of the other lines sometimes. Well, anyway, like I said, so one of the things with this knot, this is called the FG knot. And one of the things that's really important when you tie this knot is tension. Tension, tension, tension. You want tension on the tag end side, and you want tension on your mainline side. And you're probably gonna mess up. And don't worry about that if you mess up. I'll show you a trick to get it off really easy so you don't have to cut everything and start all over again. So one of the things I do, instead, this is a rod and reel set that I have, and I'm getting ready to tie a fluorocarbon leader on this side. And one of the reasons why I tie off to my spool, or to my handle here, instead of tying off to the hook keeper, is it keeps it all out of the way for me. And I can usually get it fairly tight with that. There's gonna be some work in it, but I can keep it kind of tight. So I just tie kind of like a surgeon's knot right up here so it doesn't slide down. And what I want to do, and what we're going to do, is we're going to work in this section of the line right here. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. You're going to work in this section right here. Like I said, this is called the FG knot, and I'm not sure what FG stands for, but in my opinion, it's freaking good. So one of the things that's going to help you, this is definitely a knot that's going to take some practice. So you're going to have to practice it. And one of the easiest ways to do it that I found was use bigger line on your main line. So if you're using like a 30-pound, anywhere from 30 to 50-pound test braid, and then let's say you want to try, just practice, tie on like a, anywhere from 20 to 30-pound mono just to practice. So, the very start of this, make sure your hands are not clammy or sweaty or whatever. And for purposes of teaching, I'm not going to do one of the main steps, but this is one of the main steps, is you want to pinch that line, right? Leave yourself enough tag in that you can work with, especially when you come to finish, when it's time to finish this knot off. So, what you're going to do is you're going to come under. When you bring it under, pull it up a little bit, and then come over. So you're just going to alternate under and over, top and bottom, okay? And you're going to pinch and pull down. When we get to a certain point, what I'm going to do, oops, not right here. When I get to a certain amount of wraps, what I'm going to do is let my fingers go here so you can just kind of see the knot. All right, so remember, pinch and pull. And you're gonna pull the opposite direction. Oops. Now my hands are getting sweaty. I might need some baby powder to Rick James this. But let's see here. Let's wipe them off again. Make sure they're not super wet. But that's all I'm gonna do is pinch and pull. So now I kind of messed up on this, and you can see where there's, maybe you can see where there's this little bulge here. I'm going to try to see if I can show you guys. So if you look, you might be able to see it. I don't know. I can see it, but there's a little knot here. Or it's not smooth all the way across. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna back it out a few wraps. So I think I'm where I need to be. And it's gonna happen. You're gonna have to kind of learn. There we go. So I think I got it. So now, like I said, the trick is tension. And one of the other things I found that helps out for me is if I put a little bit more tension on there we go. I put a little bit more tension on the new leader I'm tying on, so my leader line. I don't know if you guys can see that really good. So I'm going to do this probably around 20, 22 times. You know, I have been playing around to see the least amount of times I can do it. You know, I definitely wouldn't go anything under 10. You know, that's a risk you take on your own when you do that. So ultimately, it's not what you're doing is you're just kind of, in a sense, you're kind of weaving it, braiding it. You know, and that leader line causes with the friction and everything, it kind of makes a good hold. Like I've never had it break at this knot, ever. So I'm just going to keep doing this. I don't know if somebody's keeping count because I'm not. I'm just wrapping. But I'm going to call this about good. All right. So I'm going to call this about good. So here's what happens now. So this is what you end up with. You can see this. I've got a fairly consistent wrap between my braid and my leader line, right? So now to finish this off, here's what I'm going to do. What I can do is I'm going to pinch the tag inside of my leader line just right up here onto the main line. And that's just so everything stays out of the way. And where I tied my knot on the main line to my reel, I'm going to pop that off. I'm going to cut this knot right here. I'm just going to cut it. So I've got myself a lot to work with. Now with this tag in, here's what I'm doing. I'm still keeping tension on the main line and the tag line right here, or the leader line. I'm just going to do a couple of half hitches, and I'm going to grab, in these half hitches, I'm going to get the tag end of the leader line plus the main line in a half hitch. When I do this, oops, pull this tag in a little tighter. But when I do this, what I'm going to do is just catch the very top of that FG knot. I'm going to do that twice. Okay? So it takes 4 knots to finish this off. And I'll show you why here in just a second. So now I'm going to cut the tag end of the leader line. Right, see the point right here where I just cut that tag in off the leader line. I'm going to do 2 more half hitches, and I'm going to try my best to catch that so it does not snag up either on my eye, my rod, or if I reel it into my spool. Right in there. Okay, let's go one more time. I think I missed it on that first try, but I will get it on this one. Just pull that down. I just want to catch that. There we go. Alright, I caught it. There we go. go. So, and now, just to check it, I'm gonna pull that tight. I'm gonna pull the leader line tight. And there we go. But for right now, this is gonna work. And there you go. That is the FG knot. Give it a try, practice, and that's what it's gonna take, is practice. And I'm telling you, this is by far the best knot that I have found to connect braid to any leader line you're using. It comes through the guides a lot smoother. It comes through the reel a lot smoother. I haven't had any issues with it snagging up and causing issues in my reel or my spool when I cast. If you have a problem, the thing you're gonna check is where you cut your line. So if you're scared to use a knife doing this, just try to get a pair of little fingernail clippers so you can cut as close as you can and get those ends off of the tag end off of your leader line, as well as a tag end on your main line. All right, that's it. Practice the FG knot. Practice, practice, practice. You'll get it, and I guarantee this will be the knot that you use from here on out to connect your main braided line to a leader. I'm out. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you out, guys. I don't have nothing else. I'm out. See ya.